right, let us go live. Let us go live. Are we indeed live? That is the big question. Is the audio coming through nice and good? A little bit hard to tell. All right, got the notification. Hopefully. So hopefully. Oh, come on. Well, hello there, everyone. Hope you are doing well, and hope that you can hear me, because I cannot hear myself coming through. Oh, what a lovely weekend. There we go. There we go. There's the audio. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. So we got Matterlad. Hello, chat. I've arrived. Darkest Dreams. Here we go. Hannah Heaven says hello. Totally Tommy says hey. And Hannah says happy Valentines, everyone. Yes, everyone. To you, happy Valentine's Day. Happy Singles Awareness Day. Happy February the 14th. If you do not like Valentine's Day, well, too bad, because this is a Valentine's stream. Dryge is here. Hello, great. Deltarune says, bye, I'm Aeroace. Hey, Valentine's still. Chocolates. Does not matter whatsoever if you're into the romance. We're here for the chocolates. We're here for the great writing. We're here for the fun. And that's what Valentine's is, along with romance. Okay. Well, with that being said, let me quickly already start laying out what we will be doing this evening. We are going to be talking about murder drones because, well, Glitch Productions has graced us with some wonderful new merch, as well as with some hilarious little videos that I think are a whole lot of fun. And also, they dropped a little bit of a confirmation that there's multiple ways to look at the ending of Murder Drones. And interestingly enough, when I saw their sweet little short, I then listened to Eternal Dream, and suddenly everything got put into a whole new perspective. So that's where we're going to start off. We'll then go into doing the part 3 of the Krusie playthrough. Last time that we left off, I managed to beat Jevel on first try. Don't believe me? It's up there for you to see. So yeah, kind of eye a little bit on success. And we'll be diving back into the final stretch of Chapter 1, leading on into Chapter 2. We'll discuss some stuff as well about not just simply the writing for Krusie, the writing for Deltarune, but also just talking about the writing for romance in general, because it's something that is difficult. And I feel kind of like a broken record for all the times that I've brought up in videos on live streams that it's complicated, it's difficult, it's really not that easy. There's no formula to success. And it's one of those things that flies in the face of what every other YouTuber out there is all like, this is the way to make it work. This is how you do it. Here's the formula. Here's the algorithm. Here's the outline. Do this and everything will be perfect. And it's perfect maybe for them. It might be perfect for a specific niche. It might be perfect for a specific story or two. But as we will see, there is no perfect formula to make a great story. And that goes for romances as well. In fact, romances might be one of the hardest things to write and to do because it is so based on the individuals. ISO is here. I'll have to be back in a few minutes. Okay. Well, thank you for checking in, ISO, and we look forward to having you around even more. Totally Time says, but today I read my friend's fanfic on Gangle X Shy Guy. Don't question it. you won't get the joke. It was out of character, but that's what I love. All right. So let's just start having a little bit of fun here with murder drones. Let's see here. What should we do first? We'll do not the true ending. We're gonna do this sweet little short first.
Hello.
And not blow out everyone's eardrums. So I'm gonna take down the audio just a bit. So here we go. Good old sweet Sin.
Your heart is so cute. Giggle. Will you please give it to me? If not, I will have to violently rip it out of your chest. Oh, it will be so delicious. The final thing you'll feel? Pain so consuming, you'll wish for nothingness. So, can I have it?
Yes, you can have my heart any day, Sin. So if you haven't already seen it, this is one of the little Valentines shorts that Glitch Productions have done for Fella's Day. Because as we know from Murder Drones, Uzi at least understands relationships a little bit better than N, and N is the and N is the one who constantly puts things into a slightly different terminology. Friends, fellas, we're hanging out. Romance indeed. The blossoms are all abloom, and Tommy is totally missing out because he hasn't watched Murder Drones. Get on that, man. Ruben's here. Sup, guys? I'm actually present this time, even though I got an exam tomorrow. They're probably going to be easy. Oh, moist, fantastic, Rubens. Moist, fantastic. Indeed. Madeline's back from eating dinner. I hope it was delicious. And Hannah here is with has the proper reaction to everything we just witnessed with all the skulls and crossbones. And if you guys haven't seen this, if you just popped on in, let's enjoy Sin's lovely flirting once again before we have a look at the true ending, maybe.
Hello. Your heart is so cute. Giggle. Will you please give it to me? If not, I will have to violently rip it out of your chest. Oh, it will be so delicious. The final thing you'll feel? Pain so consuming, you'll wish for nothingness. So, can I have it?
So, I'm just gonna say right here that Sin's little offer to take out your heart. It feels like we go full circle with a crush. Oh, it's so cute. You're so cute. I like you so much. And if you don't like me back, I'm gonna crush you. Oh no, I'm the one who's getting crushed. Oh, do not be like a middle schooler with a crush. All right, let's dive here into this true ending. Honestly, most of this stuff is just to, of course, promote the new Murder Drones merch that is at Murder Drones store. If you want to check it out, feel free to go ahead and check it on out. But I thought it was interesting that they would approach advertising the merchandise under this particular title. So this right here is labeled the true ending. You can go and you can check it out. I'm not lying. Here we have it. Ooh, let me bring this down just a little bit again so I don't blow out anyone's eardrums. So, why are you in my house? Sin, we think you have an issue. So, here, of course, all of our fantastic little collectibles and merchandise. And here we've got everyone. This was all just a dream. We're here for an intervention on Sin's behalf. Doll saying, "You murdered me. You let yourself be killed." Veneta Techmerge is here. Woohoo! "You tortured me and turned me into a mindless slave. It was just a joke. You lied to me about my promotion." What's a promotion? "You killed every human. They were tasty, though." Oh yes. Please. Camille's harem disavows all cannibalism. We take sin at her word. We have not tasted human flesh. Dry says sin in Tessa's suit to sin in Tessa's skin. So Uzi finally, or just leave and go die. Sad face. "I think you guys are mad at me." It's okay. I don't care. And this is, of course, the proper sin response. And then there's the merch advertisement. Okay. So obviously, so much of this is a joke. This is an advertisement for merchandise. But again, I found it interesting that this was under the heading of the true ending. So, let me pull up some lovely Murder Drones footage right here. So, lest we forget, at the end of the Murder Drone show, the last scene that we get to see is of Uzi alone in the school, and when she looks around, the thing that we had seen before, we'd seen her really happy. She's together with N. She's showing off in front of all of her classmates, scaring them. Her teacher can't stop her anymore. She's got all these incredible powers. But the last shot that we get of Uzi is of her looking absolutely drained, depressed, and Absolute Solver is speaking to her through her tail. And on top of that, in the mirror that she has in her locker, we also get a reflection that is not just of Uzi, but of Sin's multiple eyes and projectors, which we have seen used in the past to project all different kinds of illusions. And we know that these illusions are incredibly realistic. While there are times where it seems really cheesy, we do have to ask ourselves, with how realistic Sin is able to make her projections, makes you wonder if whenever there's a glitch, if it's not actually intentional. And so because of that, with this title of, oh, this cute little thing of the intervention to save Sin because Sin is just an absolute monstrosity, this is the true ending, it makes you wonder. You're supposed to wonder, again, if you're paying attention, if you've really gotten the ending correct. So let's just pull this up again right here. And I will bring down the audio again so I don't blow up anyone's eardrums. So what have you missed? Oh, you missed the true end of Murder Drones, according to the little short that advertises the new merchandise. Okay, so here we are. This is the last moment. This is what's supposed to give you pause. There's the glitch.
You look great. Have
and
you
there's
considered
Sin.
a bow, though?
So that's it. There you have it. And again, Murder Drones as a horror story. As a horror story, and a cosmic horror story at that. It's not meant to have a straightforward ending, nor necessarily a happy ending. Liam knows his horror. He knows his horror genre. But it's left up to interpretation. You can interpret it as that the heroes have won the day, beaten Sin, beaten Absolute Solver, and Uzi now has the perfect happy ending, and this is just the last joke that Liam threw at us. Or you can interpret it, as I have, that there's so much of this that this is a dream, that this isn't actually real at all, that we're seeing, or at least it's not real to everyone else. It's playing out in Uzi's head. Or you can say that no, Uzi won, but Absolute Solver, since she consumed it, is in her, and she will eventually be defeated from within and possessed by Absolute Solver, or any other option. There's plenty of different ways in which you can take it, and we've already discussed that before. But seeing how Glitch now, even in a jokey way, has said this is the true ending, it reintroduces that maybe there are multiple interpretations. Maybe there's a different ending than what we've thought. Does this mean that Murder Drones will come back? I don't think so, because that's, even though Glitch owns Murder Drones, that would be dependent upon Liam to come up with a good story to continue Murder Drones, and I don't think that he's ready to do that, if ever. So this leaves us to once again interpret what on earth we have just been shown. So I'm going to go back and re-show the true ending, and then I'm going to bring up the coup de grace, at least for myself, where I was like, wait a second. How did I not put this together sooner? So let me pop back up on over here to the true ending. And we'll play it right here for you guys. And so here ISO says, well, Sin is great at messing with people's heads. Sometimes her holograms are low resolution, so that people are always surprised by her actually incredibly realistic holograms. And I agree with you on that point, ISO. I think it's way more intentional in order to deceive people. And ISO says, well, mystery and deception can be seen as forms of horror. Indeed. So let's go back here to the true ending, and then I'm going to bring up for you guys what I thought really brought this all together to be like, oh my gosh, they put it like it's been in front of us this whole time. So this is the true ending. Sin is just, all of this is because of this is all just leading to an intervention. All the bad stuff that we saw didn't really happen, because obviously Doll is here, so she wasn't actually fully killed. Tessa's here. Sin's here. She should be dead. No, this is just an intervention. Indeed, what is a promotion? And again, Camille's harem does not condone cannibalism. And here in this true ending, Sin beats everyone. Does that mean that Sin actually won in the end? Well, not quite. So, let me finally bring in my last little bit of evidence. Thinking back to episode 6 of Murder Drones, at the end, when V sacrifices herself by staying behind, cutting the cables to the elevator and dropping it, while the Sentinel Raptors jump her, we then get the beautiful song Eternal Dream, which is fantastic. And if I were to try to play it right here, right now, that would get this stream absolutely copyright strike, and I do not want to have that happen. So unfortunately, I will not be playing it. But within that song, at first it's like, oh, is this like a tribute to V? And we can see it that way, but ultimately, no, we know that it's Uzi's voice actress who is singing it. It's meant to be Uzi's song. I am tired of this dream. Will it ever end for me? I don't have the will to know. Can't you let me be? She wants out of this dream. And everything about it, everything that's happening to her just feels wrong. And when we look back to what happens in the events of episode 8, where Uzi swallows Absolute Solver and dies, her screen goes blank. We're left honestly to wonder what is going on. Again, we can take it as that she just regenerates, she comes back now more powerful than ever before because she's beaten Absolute Solver, or she's merged with Absolute Solver. Absolute Solver has begun to possess her. We can interpret it various ways. But I posited that it's very likely that everything that we're seeing once Uzi swallows Absolute Solver is all just a dream. And when I go back to Eternal Dream, it suddenly starts making a little bit more sense. And with Glitch Productions teasing us with an alternate true ending where everyone's just together having a good time in Sin's house before Sin goes psycho because they're having an intervention, this is a little bit of a subtle nudge and a wink saying multiple endings, multiple interpretations. Put the pieces together. And I contend once again that the ending of Murder Drones is Uzi's dream. So that is what I believe is being told to us through the most recent stuff that has been released. Now, will they ever tell us if I'm 100% right or if I'm 100% wrong? Absolutely not, because that takes away from the thrill factor and the fright factor of what we have watched. A good horror story lets the audience figure it out and will never say outright, here's the whole ending. Because once you know the whole ending, that takes away from the mystery, and the mystery is part of the horror, as I so said. Mystery and deception are forms of horror, and that horror vanishes once the full story is being told. So Glitch is having some fun with us right here, and you can disagree with my theory, you can agree with it, you can semi-agree with it, and it doesn't matter. We can all be correct. We just have to be able to put forward our evidence and argue it. Iconic says, did I join into a crackpot dream theory? Oh, yes. Yes, you did, Iconic. Now, there's one more thing to show about all of this, because this is a Valentine's stream. And before we start shifting on over to talking about the writing of romance and playing Deltarune and the Krusie run, let's have one more look at a Valentine's production that Glitch so wonderfully and hilariously graced us with. A special Fellas Day.
The creatures of Glitch Inn seemed happy and spry, making bracelets of candy, a copious supply. Unbeknownst to those sillies lurking outside the...
Okay. I just gotta bring this back for a quick moment. Who wants to see a good actual crossover episode done of the Amazing Digital Circus and Murder Drones, specifically to see Jax and N meet, and Jax absolutely despising everything that N is. RO83RT says, I find it funny vampires have become a bit of a romance icon. Oh, they haven't just become, they've been a romance icon for a very long time. We've just only made them sexier in more recent years.
Bracelets of candy, a copious supply. Unbeknownst to those sillies lurking outside the inn was little old Sin collecting information. How are they so cheerful, and why am I not? What is it that they have that I haven't got? Oh, Uzi!
Oh, Uzi, you don't destroy little teddy bears. That's awful. And should have totally gotten together with V. Whatever. Iconic. We did get a bit of Jackson N interaction in the original Glitch X teaser. Yes, we did. But again, like I said, a full crossover episode would be amazing. It'd be amazing. Glitch, you guys are getting the money now. Invest in this.
I'm glad my special fella is you.
That must be the reason. Sin knew what to do. I'll find my own fella. I'm sure I can manage. Then she left with her, causing property damage. And my own fella.
Hold on a sec here. I absolutely love this little bit, which is why I'm coming back to it. Again, do not be like a middle schooler with a crush, because that is what Sin does here in this moment. Oh, so many embarrassing flashbacks are right now passing before my eyes, but I can't help but laugh. Aro says, I'm fine with the idea, but don't make it canon. Oh, no. Don't make it canon. Just make it happen.
Sin knew what to do. I'll find my own fella. I'm sure I can manage. Then she left with her, causing property damage. Sin took to the roof and looked round and round. She looked left, she looked right, she looked up, and then right. Hello, Sin said to J and to V. Who's your special fella? I want one for me.
I don't need one,
said the brainwashed half-wit.
When you have JC Jensen, your special fella is corporate.
For anyone who's actually worked in a corporation, that is 100% true. Should the business recognize Valentine's Day, they'll be all like, we are your special fella, right? Here, have some cheap stuff that cost us like only pennies to get. There you go. Be happy with your cheap Valentines. No raise for you this year. Finger guns as they leave awkwardly through the back door.
She then turned to V.
Yeah, no. Can you actually go away, please? I hate you a lot.
Then V flew to...
I hate you a lot, V jokingly said.
A lot.
Then V flew to the heavens, never to be seen again. I guess there's no special fella for me. Big frown, sad sniff, punches angrily.
Oh, Sin, and to everyone who feels like you don't have a special fella, that's what Camille's Harem is there for. We won't be romantic with you. We are just here to help you out with all of your... We're here to help you out with all of your awesome writing needs and adventures. That right there, that is true friendship. And you can't put a romantic price tag on that. And it says, that's just, wow. Exactly. Iconic. I love Sin's automaton-looking face. V did.
Sin suddenly realized, while standing in silence, the special fella she needed was violence. Violence!
Yes!
You're the one for me. I'll steal your heart and then I'll crush it into smithereens. You're my special fella. We'll slaughter all our enemies, send them straight down to hell. The camera pulls out. Sin completed her search. And now that that's done, let's get to the merch.
All right, the rest is a hilarious merchandise commercial, totally within the vein of everything that we've come to expect from Glitch Productions. If you want to watch the rest of it, if you want to support their studio, go on ahead, check it out. But this is perfect. This right here is perfect Valentine's satire. Camille's Harem does not condone going on a murderous, destructive rampage if no one will be your crush for Valentine's Day. Instead, what we do recommend is checking out our Valentine's video that was posted that was posted this morning, where you get to hear some lovely bacon poetry. Yes, please do check out the bacon poetry. And also a little bit of other Camille's Harem love. No one has yet claimed the frog for this week. The frog for this week is still up for grabs. Go check out the Apothecary Diaries review that Scott and I did. Count the correct number of frogs. All frogs count. that you see in the video, whether hand-drawn, animated, or real pictures of frogs, all of them count. Find the correct number, comment with it, win yourself a frog from Camille herself. I have many screenshots. Oh man, Kassin is just being so wonderfully photogenic in all of this. King Midas is here. Hello, chat. Great to have you here, King. Isa says, I feel like these little glitch in skits are going to be like Pokemon. The in just has to deal with Sin every episode, like a Team Rocket encounter. Yes, except Sin is far more competent than than Team Rocket is, and just way more apocalyptic. But we did just watch V go blasting off again. Oh boy. Okay, you know what? Let's actually talk right here. Let's talk a little bit of real romance as a way of like shifting gears to talking about writing romance. So not entirely Valentine's related, but my senior year of high school, I had a crush on this one girl, and I was going to ask her out to the prom. And looking back at it, all the warning signs were there. Older Lars is like, young Lars, you're an absolute moron. This girl was not right for you at all. And her turning me down when I asked her out to the prom, totally fine for one thing, because girls are allowed to turn down boys when boys ask them out. I feel like that's totally an okay thing to do. Let the boys feel their hearts get pulverized like Sin ripping them right out of their rib cages. It humbles them. But also because it spared me from having my heart really broken later on if I even had gone out with her. So I was just going to go by myself. I was going to go stag to the prom because, hey, I just wanted to go to the prom and have a good time. So one of my best friends one night was all like, dude, Lars, you're not going to the prom with anyone, right? And I'm like, yeah, no, I tried asking out so-and-so. She turned me down. So I don't have anyone to go with. And he's like, okay. Yeah, come over here. Let me ask you something. What'd you think about Amy? Amy changed her. I've changed the girl's actual name for the sake of the story. So we no one goes pestering her just in case. And I'm like, Amy, the star guard on the basketball team. On the girls' basketball team? No, I have to say I haven't thought about that. She's really cute. She's also a good foot taller than me. And he's like, yeah, but she's not going with anyone. Tonight, we are going to go and you're going to ask her out. I'm like, how are we going to do that? We're going to flood the back of her truck and put goldfish in it. So that's what we did. We went on over to her house, laid down a tarp, secured it in the back of her truck, filled the truck with water, not the cab, the bed of the truck with water, and then dumped in a bunch of goldfish. And then we rigged up a fishing rod with a little sign hanging over the fish that said, of all the fish in the sea, will you go with me to the prom? And she said yes. And it was a really fun date. So, yeah, romance. As I said, shifting gears to talking about writing romance. When it comes to writing these kinds of stories, George's like, what did I just hear? You heard my story of going to the prom, and that's just the beginning of it. It's a very long, insane story. When a lot of people will talk about, for instance, write what you know. Write what you know. To which then a lot of people are going to be like, well, I don't have a very romantic life. I don't know about this kind of stuff. And because I don't know about this kind of stuff, I can't write it, okay? Don't ask me to write romance. Gah! But a lot of people do want to write romance. And then they're like, well, I'm just going to write what I would want to have happen to me. I want a big 6.5 foot tall, muscular star forward from the girls' basketball team to date me. I want that in my life. So I'm just going to write that into my story. And here I'm going to have a character who resembles me getting together with her. Smush it together. Romance has happened. However, that's not the way that works. And that's in and of itself not necessarily great. So the story I just told of how I ended up going out with Amy to the prom, I said romance has happened. But has it? Has it really? I managed to ask out a girl thanks to a friend of mine helping me out. And we had a great time. Amy and I hung out a little bit afterwards. I graduated ahead of her because she was a junior, I was a senior. And we honestly went our separate ways after I graduated. And it's kind of sad because I look back and I think, what would it have been like if I'd spent more time and actually tried to develop a more meaningful relationship with Amy? Just because we went out on one really fun date didn't mean that romance had happened. If you want people in the real world to actually fall in love, and this is coming from a guy who does believe that love at first sight can happen, not for many people, but that it can happen. Romance, regardless of where it begins, how it begins, if it's love at first sight, if it's getting rejected by one girl, then asking another girl out to the prom, if it's a girl at work getting the courage to ask out the really hot guy who works on the other side of the office space from her, and he says yes, whatever it is, whatever the story is, however the inciting incident or the beginning happens, love, real romance is about time and commitment. You need to spend time with this prospective couple. You need to develop them, their individual relations, their individual personalities, the relationship that they have with each other, and how that relationship with each other might influence other relationships that they have and the people around them, and how those people in turn influence them. Because that absolutely happens. And you need to take the time to show how they communicate, how they get to know each other, how they continue to fall in love and discover other aspects of each other. And if you can do that, you can start writing a good romance. And it doesn't matter if you have no romantic inclinations yourself, but you want to try it, or if you have no romantic experience in your own life whatsoever, doesn't matter. And even people who are married with kids who are all like, I've been happily married for 20 years and oh my gosh, I love my hubby or I love my wifey, even they can write awful, horrible, bland, flat romances. It doesn't matter your personal experiences. They can help to inspire you. But what matters is the effort that you put into the writing itself. Again, time and commitment. Are you committed to actually shaping, sculpting this couple? Are you committed to developing both of them as characters, independent of each other, and then dependent on each other for this relationship? Are you willing to take the time to show how they grow and change over time because of this relationship? Are you willing to show how this relationship itself matures through their experiences in the story? That is what you have to do. And that can take all different kinds of forms. That can go in so many different directions, which is, again, why there's no one formula or way to write a good romance. It depends on the story you're telling and the characters you have to work with. So please bear that in mind whenever you're thinking of writing your own romances. And that is daunting. That is difficult. I'm saying that as a guy who right now is struggling to write the backstory of how two characters for one of my books end up falling in love. And it's not easy. It's not an easy thing, but it's a fun and a rewarding experience to write it if you're committed to making it happen and willing to put in the time within the story and within your own creative process to make that relationship work. Trudge says, "Don't do substances, kids." Exactly. ISO. Lars is the random encounter in a video game with a new story every encounter. Reminds me of that time I got lost in the desert. ISO, I have stories about getting lost in the desert. And getting lost in swamps. And getting lost in the mountains. So my mom is actually writing a romance story. She's almost done, I think. It seems pretty good to me. That's fantastic. And for anyone who wishes to try to write a romance, like, I applaud them, because again, it's not really an easy thing, but it can be a lot of fun if you're willing to get into it. Let me take a quick drink of water right here. Good water. Okay, so let's then begin shifting the gears again, taking those ideas, Valentine's Day, of romance and the likes, and start bringing it on over to talking a little bit about Krusie. And we'll then start exploring that even more as we then dive into the third part of the playthrough. Try says, Lars reminds me if Clover and Undertale Red and Yellow. Oh, of Clover and Undertale Red and Yellow, just with the out-of-pocket moments conceivable. All right. So within Deltarune, one of the ships that I am pretty convinced is an option for us to explore is Chris and Susie. And one of the reasons why I really like this, and this was not something that I was originally interested in or even looking for while I was playing the game. I was playing the game simply for the fun of it. And I thought, if anything, there might be actually a chance for romance between Susie and Ralsei, just because Susie is such a pain to Ralsei at the beginning of the story, and you see a lot of really sweet development between them, especially once we get on over into chapter 2. However, what won me over to this idea of Chris and Susie was that as I was playing through the game again and just having a whole lot of fun, I began to notice all of these little things that just felt to me like, wait a second. This seems like there's been a relationship here between these two characters. It seems like one of them might like the other. Maybe they both like each other. Let's explore this a little bit right here. Let's dive deeper into the game and see what we can find. The very obvious relationship that's being pitched to us is Susie and Noelle. That is the big one. That's the big one that we get to see. And as I looked more into the game, it made me realize just how toxic that option actually is, which I know for some people isn't something that they want to hear, but it actually is. It can be cute, but just because an option is cute doesn't mean necessarily that it's healthy. And we here at Camille's Harem are definite advocates for looking for the healthy relationships. We're not going to say, hey, a toxic relationship should never be depicted in fiction. No, whatever someone wants to write is what someone wants to write. But there's such a dearth of good, well-developed, wholesome relationships in fiction that I feel it's really good to try to find those. And the more that I looked into the potential of Chris and Susie, I began to realize that there's a real option for these two here, and that it's positive. So, coming back to my idea of time and commitment, we know thanks to the experience that Toby Fox shared with us of Noelle peering in on Susie and Chris, that Susie and Chris have had this odd antagonistic relationship for a while, having to do with the apple, as we then realize in chapter 2 that Susie's like, you always smell like apples, want to take a bite out of you. When Alphys isn't looking, she swipes Alfie's apple because she's always hungry, takes a bite, chucks it at Chris to tease and torment Chris, because there's probably even more that's been happening behind the scenes that we don't fully know yet. Chris catches it, takes a bite out of that same apple, which just sends Susie over the edge. And as ISO, I believe it was, pointed out in the last live stream, the last Krusie playthrough, said that Susie's brought up that she can't trust anyone who's not willing to taste her spit, to eat her spit, which Chris has. And we know that Susie has this thing about how people aren't going to like her. She fears that she can never become friends with anyone. Her first real friend is Lancer. But the next friends, the next two friends that she makes are Ralsei and Chris. And with Chris, Susie has a real history. An antagonistic one that, as we see through chapter 1, shifts and becomes a genuine friendship. ISO, thank you for correcting me. Oh, I know who it was, ISO. Sorry for getting you mixed up. It was not you, but thank you for bringing up. It was Arts. It was Arts 1984 that brought up how Susie says she won't trust anyone who doesn't eat her spit. So bringing things together, there has been time and commitment spent on their relationship. A relationship that by chapter 1 isn't romantic. It's a friendship. And a good friendship is a great basis for a romance. That's something to consider as a writer. Building up a good friendship, a good relationship that you can then transform into something more romantic. That is one option. And from there, as we go into chapter 2, which chapter 2 definitely just brings out all the flirty stuff, we begin to really see how this friendship could graduate from just being purely platonic to something more romantic. And that the hints are there from both Susie and Chris that this could happen. Which is why I even am doing the Krusie playthrough in the first place. Though also part of it is just to get the hype going for whenever chapters 3 and 4 come out. Don't trust the hashtag on Twitter that says Deltarune tomorrow. It ain't coming out tomorrow. But it is going to come out probably sooner rather than later this year. Just don't know when yet. That's all on Toby and his team. So we want to be able to, again, to explore the opportunities there. And what I want to do with you guys is do this playthrough and talk about what we're seeing in terms of relationship development. And if you guys wish to pester me, please do pester me with whatever questions you might have about writing romance. And I will do my best to answer all of those questions. Hashtag sometime this year. Yeah, absolutely. I says, I just had a single moment where I remembered all the times a girl has flirted with me, and I am now depressed. Oh man, ISO, don't be depressed. Toby Fox is having some interesting ideas. Oh, he is a man full of interesting ideas. So let me finally get this last bit right here prepped on my end for the game. And hopefully we don't have to worry about any weird echoiness like last time. That is my hope, the wish, the dream, the daring plan. So, ISO, 4 girls have flirted with me. I also liked one of them back. ISO, the fact that 3 girls flirted with you that you weren't really interested in the first place, that is primo. I probably have only experienced that maybe twice in my life. So, no worries. No worries. Keep on going at your own pace. Say, it's Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is Single Awareness Day, but it's not a day to beat ourselves up over our lack of romance. No, it's a day to love bacon. Oh yeah, that's the true love on Valentine's Day. Aro says, I just hope the game release doesn't conflict with my work schedule. Don't we all? All right, take another drink of water, and let's finally share screens. We are going to go right here with the entire screen. Yes, I do want audio. And let us share. Alrighty. I do not like that little... Yes, I want it to hide, and then, of course, it always just pops this right back over to there. There we go. Okay. So, here we are, where we left off after the whole Jebel run. So again, as I play through this, please feel free to pepper me with all kinds of questions about writing, especially if it is writing romance, and I will do my absolute best to answer your questions or any other questions about writing or this game. Susie complimented the enemy. Please keep body tackling the soda machine. Oh yes. Oh. Let me tell you, you tackle that soda machine just so well. It looks so bent out of shape. Woohoo! Look at me dodging knives. All right, we are going to do another compliment. We're going to do another spare. Susie complimented the enemy. Your outfit is not disgusting. What's really sad about this is that Ralsei told Susie to say things to the enemy that she wishes people said to her. So it's really sad actually hearing this because she wants people to see her looking nice. But people just don't treat her that way. Ralsei spared the Rudin Ranger. $93. No, I'm not close enough to the pictures to get them to yet say weird things to me. Hey, it's you! You're the peaceful Lightner! Whoa, you even tamed the beast that was tormenting us! Beast? What beast? Oh, you even taught the beast to talk? Here, have a Choco Diamond! Yay, I love the Choco Diamond. Thank you, man. We sold all of our beds to replace them with treasure. My back hurts, but life has never been better! You know what? I'm just going to say this. You can't put a good price tag onto how you feel when you wake up. I would have kept the beds. I'm happy you feel better, man, but I wouldn't have done it. Rudin's room. Yes, that's a door. Let's see here. Oh, getting back into a little brawl right here. Okay, more compliments. Are you ready, Susie? Susie complimented the enemy? Nice. You guys look like you're going to kill me. I'm the diamond. Here's the rough. Seek me out. The diamond in the rough. Compliment. Spare. Was Susie going to compliment this time? Nice. You guys look like you're going to kill me. Oh, come on, Susie. I know you got more in you than that. What do you think about each Dark World having a different holiday theme? Card Kingdom Halloween, Cyber World Christmas. 3 possibly having a Thanksgiving dinner. That is an interesting idea. I have not heard that one before. I kind of like that. Say, especially for television. And of course, people are freaking out because, did you hear? Toby dropped the name Tenna. Yay! Club Sandwich is now Castle Bathroom Royal Flush currently occupied. Dang it! I wanted to see the Royal Flush, but you guys took that from me. Now, let's see what's over here. A way to save. Oh no! So, the worms have decided to crawl out and play? Who's there? Thou'st fools! I am Rule's God, our greatest adversary. I just want to say this, it's really fun to write characters who have horrible spelling or horrible ways of speaking. It is a ton of fun, and it annoys readers to no end. So do it at your own risk, but it's always tons of fun. Thou may have cloddest past all thou'st arrest conundrums, but thous were created by utter weaklings. Now prepare thyself for the strongest puzzle of thou's life. Toil worms. Oh no, what shall I do? Lost, frightened, confused? Good! The toilet in despair at the world's strongest puzzle. Damn it! Dracula had transcribes accents? Or he's... I'm not exactly sure what you're saying right there, Aro. Whoop. Let's see here. Oh, went down by accident. Alright. Here we go. Alright, Happy. Let's deal with you. We are going to flirt. We're going to flirt to convert you to our side. We ordered Susie to flirt with the enemy. And hell no. Aw, Susie, it's okay if you don't know how. What? Shut up. That's not the problem. Are you sure? Alright, look. Wise guy, I'll show you. Watch this. So, come here often. Head Happy felt awkward and left. Hey, get back here and let me flirt with you! Ralsei spared Head Happy, but its name wasn't yellow. Build up that TP, get the money. Alright. We are going to do another flirt. And Happy's mind is an enigma. He ordered Susie to flirt with the enemy. Now, let's see Ralsei do it. I suppose if it can't be helped, Happy, your beauty is just transcendent. Your hair is like a waterfall of... Wait, do you have hair? Or... And Happy felt awkward and left. Oh dear, wait! Not so easy, huh? See, look! Writing romance isn't easy. Flirting ain't easy. Woo! Escape. Alright. We're gonna try another flirt. This smells like a lonely kiss. You ordered Susie to flirt with the enemy. Oh my gosh. Chris! I can't. Do it yourself. You said some sweet lines. The enemy was deeply enamored. How doth one flirt with a head happy? Let's see here. Because again, flirting is difficult. I just say, I was feeling the blues until I saw you. And then made me realize blue is the most beautiful color. Ralsei spared, head happy. You won! Take 46 dark dollars. Alright, let's see here. Okay, that's the room. But let us head on up this way. And we then check out the Happies. Happy looked at you. We're sorry about hurting you earlier. We promise we won't do it anymore. Happy felt your sincerity. Happy forgive your sins. Felt a weight being lifted from you. Aw, thank you. Looks like Happy sold all the gems and replaced them with beds. Looks extremely well slept. Looks like a bed. Will you rest here? No, you won't. It's not your bed. Yeah, that's because Chris is way more polite than I might be. But I definitely want that inspector of beds. Yeah, you thoroughly investigated all of the beds. Your rank was upgraded to bed inspector. Let's just check this out. Chris. Let's see here. Where's my spookiness has gone up. But where's my bed inspector title? Where is it? I want to be known as the inspector of beds. I see. It says transcribed accents misspelling to represent accents like rules. I see. All right, thank you. Mother Trucker speaks Shakespeare. Yes, he does. Thou is just lost, but thy is but nil in purpose. Thou egg. Right, sorry guys, just swimming after having to analyze Macbeth. Oh, Macbeth. What a story. Alright, we're gonna do some more flirting and spare. We flirted with the enemies. It worked. Susie did not help. Ralsei has spared, head happy. Alright, build up that TP. Yes. Alright. Let's go on a sparing spree. Defend to put up that to get that extra money. Woohoo! 126 dark dollars. How rich are we? 1,084 dark bucks. Man, if only making money were that easy. All right, here we are. The jacks. I can make the pictures stick their tongues out at me. Oh no! Can't get through there. So we shall go up this way. And get all the pictures to stick their tongues out at us. Haha! Got the splut. Alright, what do we got here? Not another one! Yeah! Those guys really think that was all I had. Wrong! It's time for you to feel my real power. Behold, my ultimate puzzle! Have at you! Gullible worms, that wasn't really my ultimate puzzle. I have waste better one right here. Can we see it? No! Oh, rules. Can we see it? No. Yep, there we are. Marilyn says, I need to know how Birdley would flirt in combat. I think that at first he would try to sound really smart, and then remember, oh wait, I'm supposed to be really dumb, and then be all like, you're like, okay then, I am not smart, so your lack of brains absolutely allures me. Thanks. Hey, it's a party! It's a boombox. It's playing clubs music. Oh, let us take your coat and put it in the toilet. Ha! Which we don't even have. Please, try the baseballs. Yeah, eat so many you choke. Do they eat sports? Then we can all play Twister. Stay out of our way. We lose even by ourselves. Aww. Poor clubs. I'm the first party member. I'm in charge of the DPS. Dance and Party soundtrack. Ooh, I like that. It's a bed for 3 people, or 1 3-headed person. Hathy, what do you have to say about that? Hathy is the second party member. It's the healer. She was in charge of catering the party. Unfortunately, the cake she commissioned was destroyed in a field somewhere. Oops. Susie. It's a giant baseball for parties. And trees, remember? They like trees. It's a tree for parties. Oh, let's take your coat. Okay, we've already gone through that. Alright, going on up. We shall save. And let's first check out Lancer's room. There is a salsa buried on the ground here. It's a hole, presumably dug for fun. It's a hole made recreationally. You found 20 rupees in the hole! Unfortunately, that's not a useful currency here. some kind of digging implement. It's a music player. Listen to the contents? Yeah, let's listen. Splut. It's full of cartoon splat noises. It's a bicycle is lovingly tucked into bed. Lancer, this is why you're the best. Yeah, you can get the tongue sticking out at us from all of the pictures. Aro says, perhaps a church dark world would be Easter or Valentine's Day. He didn't plan. He absolutely did not. Actually, the flower shop makes more sense for Valentine's Day. Yeah, if we're going to go with the holidays theory, it definitely would. Alright, let's check out the shop. Welcome to my shop, you ungrateful worms. Oh, look, he's got a bunch of worms. Let's see here. Let's talk about yourself. What is thine interest? I am the Duke of Puzzles, rules card. My hobbies include calligraphy, law-keeping, bug-keeping, cages, and long walks in the dungeon. Art thou one of my admirers, worm? Why sell to us? So I might amasseth funds, worm, an army of funds, so that I may crushest thou like fermented grapes into the most delicious and adult beverage. Vengeance! Oh, how I amuse myself. The king. Oh, our lord king art a cruel and terrifying monarchy. However, he is also brilliant, for he decideth to appoint me as Duke of Puzzles, after pretty much everyone else was fired or placed inside a cage. Truly a benevolent ruler. The king. His son, on the other hand, is more troublesome than a fistful of fleas. He always asked me the worst queries, and calleth me his lesser dad. Our relation is none, you little water beetle. I placate you for your father's sake. I do not wish to hear your MP3s. I'd rather listen to the sweet song of death. How is he, anyhow? Oh, now you ask. Alright, let's buy. So, rules row, a fragrant sauce that heals 50 HP. The brave axe, the dainty scarf, and the amber card. We won't do anything with the amber card because that will actually take away from our defenses. So let us get the brave axe, thanks worm, and the dainty scarf. Alright. And that will do it. Shall exit. See thou in the dungeon, worms. Alright, let us check our inventories. So we are completely full. We got 2 revivements, we've got dark burgers, we got dark candy, choco mints, spin cake, clubs, which we are good and ready to go on a lot of stuff. We are basically ready to take on Jevil again. But let us, for right now, let's see here. Nothing that we can really add to Chris. So let's see here if we do the brave axe guts up. Well, if I have to. Interesting. Let's see what happens if we... Oh, I'm too good for that. Oh, that's fun. She won't give it back. She says, well, if I have to. But Susie really does like it. She likes the brave axe. Nice to know, Susie. Alright. And then let's see here with Ralze. We're going to take off the Ragger, and we're going to go instead with Dainty Scarf. The fluffiness will go up, and that can only be a plus. I'll protect everyone with this Dainty Scarf. The white ribbon, the amber card. Let's see, is there anything? Not just the amber card. Alright, we will not take down any more of Ralze's HP. Goodness knows he doesn't have enough of it. Let's see, where can we go? Ride the elevator? Let's ride. Woohoo! And it takes us down to the first floor. So we'll ride back on up. Ride the elevator? Oh, we will ride. Woohoo! Okay, here we go. Madeline says, man, I remember when I hit Jevil switch once. That's pretty awesome. Madeline says, Birdley, are you 1.618? Because I think you're golden. No, wait, I'm dumb now. Want to go fail a test together? Yes. Suzanne's right here. Haven't been in one of Lars's lives in a while. Well, great to have you back. Thanks for coming back. Hope that you are enjoying the stream. Enough, worms! Rules has returned. Thou mayest have cheated through my puzzles, but in combat thou shalt be scattered about. Come, knaves, prepare for battle with whatever this is. Huh? It's the enemy from earlier, but its crown looks different. It looks the same. Thank you, Susie, for being the voice of reason. Yes, with my control crown, I may control any disc-shaped life form. Oh no! It looks like it's in pain. It looks the same. Thank you, Susie. Yes, the control crown is painful, but I am certain this creature will feel relief when it sees how much more pain thou'll be in. Here it comes again. All right, let's try right here. Let's try Susie and Ralsei's idea. Susie, you want to act? Oh, what's your idea? Well, how do I say this? I kind of need you for this one. That's fine, Susie. I'll help. You want to apologize to it for earlier, right? Nah, I just need you to stay still. Chris, you gotta get that crown off its head. I love how this comes back into play almost immediately in Chapter 2. Help me throw Ralsei at it! Only this time you do not get a trajectory. There we go. The crown greatly loosened! Woohoo! Easy peasy. The crown is 35% loose. We are going to try another one of these. Boom. The crown greatly loosened. Oh my gosh, the kicking stars. Naruto wished he had something as good as this. The crown is 70% loose. Let's do this again. There we are. Boom. The crown greatly loosened. Off. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. You won! We only got $2 for all that? Oh, come on, man. It's not worth it. RO, disc-shaped life form makes me think the crown could be used in a different, on a different darkener later on. Yes. Why, brilliant, just brilliant! I knew thou couldst do it, thou great heroes thou! Thou seest, that was merely a friendly test of thine abilities, but thou hast won, and now nothing blocks thine path. I personally could not feel less of an obstruction. But you luck me with you, heroes! Oh, rules. What a gem you are. All right. I'm going to save right here. Look how riches, they shine with avarice. Riches, they shine with avarice. Real quick moment right here, just to take in the way that everything is. So with the broken throne, seems to have been damaged in the struggle. With how everything has been cut down. Like, look right here, like how the spades and whatnot have been cut down. There's something interesting going on here. So we need to, so for one thing, this reminds me a lot of the West Wing in Beauty and the Beast, where Beast mangled his personal quarters, and they're just absolutely destroyed. And he slashed up his own portrait to not remind himself of what he looked like as a human. So I'm kind of getting those vibes, but something to kind of pay attention to. So the throne, it seems to have been damaged in a struggle, and we see all of the damaged tapestry for the spades. Now we know that the other kings, are imprisoned down below in the basement. And one would then expect to find their destroyed tapestries around here, but they're not. Instead, these are the destroyed tapestries of the king. And we know that something strange happened when the knight appeared in this land and started causing problems. The knight has already caused problems with Jevil, and now the knight seems to have been causing problems with the king and with Lancer. What if what we're seeing here are the remains of a struggle where the knight came, and maybe King isn't quite as complicit, we might say, in the schemes to destroy the light world? Like, I've always considered it that King, for selfish reasons and for realizing, oh, this is a game and we've been mistreated and abandoned by the Lightners, that's why he's turned against them. But what if it's a little bit more nefarious than all of that? So, something to consider. I don't really have an answer for that, but it's a neat little detail that we might be able to pick out, or at least a nice theory that we can start crafting based on how this room should not be as destroyed as it is. And if this is the result of King throwing out the other kings, one would expect to find their damaged insignia around here, or at least removed, and then very clean tapestries and insignia and a repaired crown for the king. But that's not what we're seeing. So things are kind of amiss. Marilyn says, "Why is King Round built like Waluigi, or Wario? Yeah, definitely more Wario. Why is he built like Wario? Because those calves on that big body are sexy. Let's say that. It's just them long legs." All right. Here we go. Hey, there's Lancer. Father! Lancer, my son, have you dispatched the Lightners as I commanded? No, but I did even better. It turns out we don't actually have to fight them. They said they could just talk to you and... They're alive? Yes. Oh, well, as more than we would have hoped. Yes, I think you'll like them a lot. There's Susie. She's very purple and strong, and... Where are they now? Hey. Yes. All right, Dryge, you got to step out for a little bit? All right. Thank you so much for being here with us for a little while. It's nice to meet you. Lancer, my son. Yes, Father? Do you remember what I told you? Don't get too attached? You have failed. They have poisoned you with their sentimentality. Free yourself, Lancer. They care not for you. Their only goal is to destroy our glorious fountain. They are scum. No, they aren't. What did you say? Let him go. You want me to let him go? Then how about this? I'll drop him off the edge and let him splatter. Unless you all kneel and learn your place. What will it be, Lightners? Don't listen to him, Susie! He'll... They kneel. Now watch, Lancer. So, real quick right here. For any of you who have watched Amphibia, especially the end of season 2, this is, now that I'm playing through this again, this is giving me some good Amphibia vibes, where King Andreas has Sprig, and Anne's like, please let him go, I'll do anything. Put the box back, blah, 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 blah. All right, dude, you got what you want, now let him go. You know, that's the thing about friendship, about friends. It always hurts when they leave. Allow me to demonstrate. And then he just straight up just drops Sprig to kill him. It is such a boss move. And it has such a great moment in the show. Still gives me chills to think about. Malahide, no, don't remind me of that. Oh, yes. Oh, man, the ending to Season 2 of Amphibia is just chef's kiss. See what happens when you befriend Lightners. Hey, Lancer did something right with his spade for a change. What the? You traitor! Come back here! All right, enough already. Who the hell do you think you are? To my people, I'm a hero. To you, I'm the bad guy. And especially with that extra mouth, dude. King blocked the way. We shall act. We are going to start off with Susie talking, since Susie said that she would try to not kill Lancer's father, so we shall begin the talks. And we're going to defend. Susie tried to reason with the king. Alright, listen up. Lancer's my friend. So if we can get by without hurting you, then... If I perish, so be it. Show my son the monster you really are. Alright, you want to see what I can do, huh? Susie's will is changing. Talk became Red Buster. How dare you come here, Lightners! Alright, let's act. We're gonna do some talk, and we're gonna defend for Susie to build up that Red Buster. Ralsei tried to reason with the king. You might not realize it, but this is a world where you don't have to fight. I know if we try, we can all find another way. Such simple-minded platitudes. A shame you will not live to realize your naivety. Now perish with the pathetic Lightners you worship. Sorry, my friends and I aren't going anywhere. Oh, Ralsei, you say that with that little happy face. I love you, man. Ralsei's will is changing. Talk became dual heel. You left us in the shadows, stripped us of meaning. This is probably the one move of his that I really do not like. He got timed it just right. King's mouths gave a berserk smile. Alright, we will now try talking. And we are going to defend and defend. We're going to build up our TP all the way. So we're going to just start doing some real bashing and crashing after this. We tried to reason with the king. Silence, Lightbringer. Your very existence goes against our own. By the knight's will, I shall shatter your heart to pieces. Your will is changing. Talk became courage. You dare return to torment us once again? Easy peasy. King's mouths babble indecipherably. Let's see here. We shall... You know, we're going to boost our defense. And we are going to do... We're going to do the Red Buster, and we are going to defend. You encourage the party. Party's defense raised for this turn. Yes, that's the kind of damage that we like to see. Be gone. We have found fresh purpose. There we go. King's mouths gave a berserk smile. No, this time we are going to attack. We are going to attack. And we are going to attack. There we go. That's some good damage right there. For the night has appeared. Oof. Alright, let's see here. We are going to fight. We are going to do another... Let's see here. Let's see here. Actually, you know what? We're going to act... We're going to get the Red Buster in on this, and we're going to defend. Your soul shined its power on Susie. Susie used Red Buster. There we go. There's some good damage I would like to see. The night that pulls the fountains from the earth. Thank you for showing where my heart's going, man. Alright, let's see here. King's mouths babble indecipherably. We shall fight. We shall fight them. We shall fight him on the hills and on the beaches and in his weird castle with his weird mouths. Oh, those are bad hits on my part. Holy fountains whose shadows are creating a new world. Our world. Woohoo! Easy peasy. Alright. Nope. Let's see here. We are going to fight again. We are going to fight and defend. Oh, hit way too early. Do you see now our new purpose? Alright. Yes. Okay, King. Time to do another little bit of a Red Buster right there. And you know what? We're going to do a healing prayer on Ralsei. Actually, you know what? Nah, we're going to defend because we need to keep up that TP. Your soul shined its power on Susie. Susie used Red Buster. Aha! Soon this world shall be blanketed in darkness, and darkness shall rule it. Alright. Let's see here. We should be able to act again with another Red Buster, and we'll defend. Your soul shined its power on Susie. Red Buster for more fantastic damage. Then you may see what it is like to live in despair. Alright. We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight. And we're gonna fight. There we go. Now, enough talk. Fall before the chain of justice. Oof. Yeah, I took a little bit of damage there. Alrighty. Let's see here. What do we wish to do? We are going to act. We're going to use Red Buster. King's Cape flutters weakly. And let's use a Dark Border on Ralsei. Your soul shined its power on Susie. Susie used Red Buster. Also use the Dark Burger. You're quite strong, aren't you? Oh, thank you for noticing. I try really hard, you know. All those push-ups every day. It pays off, I'll tell you. Alright, let's see here. We are going to fight. We're going to fight, and we're going to use another item. We're going to use the Dark Candy on Chris. Oof, now to get a hit on my part. If I keep fighting you like this, then what? Please do tell me more, King. Alright. Another fight, and a fight. There we go. Ha ha ha! Ah, I see. You are much stronger than I envisioned. And the cape flutters away like a butterfly. Lightner's eye. Perhaps I've been too cruel. The truth is, I was not always this way. There was once a time where darkness and lightness lived in harmony. A time when darkness could fulfill their purpose in peace. It would be a lie to say that I, too, do not yearn for those days. Perhaps you young ones are right. Please, let us put away our weapons. There must be a peaceful solution to all this. Yeah, come on, Susie. Come now, Susie. Yeah, Susie's right for being hesitant right there. I'm glad you're starting to realize, Mr. King, none of us really want to fight. If you can just tell us about your worries, I'm sure we can all be friends, Mr. King. Yes. Friends. That sounds lovely. Though, my apologies. I am not used to fighting like that. My body is getting weak. Come now, Anakin. The Jedi are taking over. I'm weak. So weak. As lightning is pouring from Palpatine's hands. If you want to know bad dialogue is Palpatine trying to sway Anakin over to the dark side while Mace Windu is killing him. Because that's not convincing at all. It's really quite funny to watch, in my opinion. Oh, don't say another word. Oh, Ralsei. There, you should be all healed up. How do you feel? Let's see. Never better. You! I say you could get up! Yeah, there we have it. Chris breaking the player's control to come in, intercept the blow, and protect Susie. This was where, through my playthrough, where I began to be like, something's different here when I stopped to think about this. Boosh. Oh, spare me the heroics. And I love how what he does right here is so similar to what Susie did to Chris at the beginning of the game. You're their leader, aren't you? So, what's your plan? To laugh as you cast us all back into obscurity? You can't even say. Young one, let me tell you a secret. Quiet people piss me off. And Susie with the win. Hey, get away from my friend. Oh, what? You'll kill me? Nah. So, what's your plan then? To talk me to death? You stupid lightning. You honestly think you have any way to convince me not to kill you? Nah, but they might. All the friends we made! Except for those people up front. Who knows who these people are? Lancer? Everyone? What is the meaning of this? Sorry, Dad, you're being overthrown. When I told everyone you were fighting the Lightners, everyone remembered how kind they were. They decided they'd rather have a king that accepts them. Me! Now, I'm the dad. You idiots! The Lightners are your enemies! Fools! I'll kill you! I'll kill all of you! Yikes! I think someone needs a time out. Go to your room, Dad. No! Hey, all right, Chris? Chris, Susie. Oh, you're all right. Yeah, it'll take more than that to take us down. Chris, Susie, I'm sorry. Because I healed the king, we almost... Susie, you're right. I was foolish to think we could act so soft to everyone. This isn't a world where kindness always wins, is it? Hey, it's complicated. Yeah, sometimes there's people you just gotta fight. But if you never let your guard down, then you might just hurt someone you care about. Aw, Susie, I love this message right here. It's sweet, it's simple, it's direct. This feels like something that would honestly come more out of like a child's book, but it works because it's right on point with with one of the central messages to the gameplay of this story. That true, you can fight your way through it all. You can, like, just like in Undertale, you can make your choice to be a pacifist or to fight and to commit genocide, or you can choose something between. But as Susie learns right here, this is kind of reaffirming the message of Undertale, is that honestly, it's kind of better to go on through and try to make friends. But at the same time, there will be those people that you have to fight. There are conflicts in our real lives that require action. We can't always be soft. But if we always have our guard up, we can't make friends. Because there are people who might just become some of our best friends. And honestly, like, that's actually something that I've learned time and time again in my own life. Sometimes some of the people that I thought would just be the biggest jerks and some of my biggest enemies sometimes ended up being some of your best friends, at least for a time. And I actually got to meet one of those guys again today. It was a really sweet reunion. So that guy from high school, he and I didn't like each other for a bit, got ourselves into a fight, and afterwards we're like, "You're cool, man. You're cool," and just being nice and ended up becoming good friends. He invited me on over to his wedding. I got to be there, and it was pretty sweet. So, anyway, back to the game. Ah, Susie, you're beginning to sound like a real hero. Don't get used to it. Says the character who's going to be so excited to be heroes again in Chapter 2. Then I suppose you and Chris should return home now. Yeah, I guess that's right, huh? Well, see ya. Guys, remind me to in the chat once I'm done with tonight's playthrough to share with you guys a really beautiful mix that someone did for the musical theme in this game. Huh? Chris, you wanna go say goodbye to everyone, don't you? Yeah, well, if you're going to make me, I guess we can go back for a bit. Let's go! So there's a really, really beautiful orchestral rendition of the music that plays in the scene that is then put to the scene, and it's just beautiful. Chris, Susie, you came back? Well, Chris just wanted to say bye, you know? Oh, actually, everyone here's wanted to say goodbye too. Please, well, let me know when you leave, alright? Yeah, we'll try not to skip you. Alright. Way to go, kids! Now we can go back to making the puzzles we love, and thanks to your donation, I could buy a new hat and some shaving cream. Even a little ball can say something like thank you. Oh yeah. Thank you! I can go back to being a coat hanger now! And by the way, I asked Sham to come here, but there wasn't any interest. Oh, yeah. Best! You're the best! Honestly, we owe you. You're absolutely amazing! Great Bork! Oh, Bork! Darn, Horsey, you've done us a big help. Now all us pieces can live in pieces. You did it! You ousted that rotten tyrant. I'll happily accept a bounty of credit for my contributions, unless the king reappears, in which case I did nothing. A wonderful work, my amigos! Thou hast toppled the tyrant, freed our creeds. Truly, History shall not forget the tale of Rule's Card and the three heroes. What about the part where you tried to kill us? Ah, an interesting historical theory, is it not? Nonetheless, the evidence precludeth such a thing. What evidence? I shall giveth thou a plate of worms for thou silence. Deal. Confirmation that Susie likes worms, which is why Chris offered Susie a basket of worms in the fight against Susie, proving yet again that Chris and Susie have an interesting and long-term relationship. Though albeit antagonistic before this moment, there is a history there. Remember, a good romance is about time and commitment, taking the time to craft that relationship, and we're seeing the clues to that right here. At this moment, their relationship has become a friendship, and that's been built on time. More time than what we know. I knew you could do it. Though I was your enemy, I was cheering for you. That's how much I dislike my job. The future looks sweet, like a pile of bees' puke, which is honey, I think. Oh, indeed it is. Kingdom with so much hope. Hope you didn't screw it up. That means thank you. Come to our next B-Day, too. We'll have one soon, if that's possible. Happy looked at you proudly. Kiss. Oh my. What's going on? I slept through everything. But oh, what about us? Aren't we going to be restored as kings? Ha, my treasure is unharmed. Carry on then. Us animals decided it's okay if kings stay in the cages as well. But they'll have to put on animal ears and noses. Mamma mia, what a celebration! Everyone is here. This must be the birthday party I made the cake for. Clover's birth, such a sweet occasion. I might cry. Actually, this whole thing is like our fault. Oh, mon amiga, then you're Clover's mother? Now I understand why you ate the cake. To protect her. Huh? Wait, no, If I go along with this, can I get more cake? Clover's mother, please sample my cakes anytime. Do I have to be Clover's mom to do that? Yes, that's my arbitrary rule. I'll be honest, at first we weren't sure who to make our new king. I mean, Lancer has always been a bit of a pain, but after seeing how nice he treats you guys, I think he'll be fine. I have high hopes for the new king. He's already mandated a 400% increase in salsa production. Oh, good man. Because you rescued it, it grew to respect you. Well, actually, maybe it shrunk to respect you. Alright, let's talk to Lancer. Susie, blue person whose name I neglected to learn all along. I thought you were going home ways. We were, but Chris wanted to say bye, you know? Oh, really? Oh, that's funny. I thought you wanted to say bye because we're friends. Huh? I mean, I did not want to. So, you're the king now, huh? Yes, and I'm changing some big rules. First, lighteners are now legal. Second, prison is now only for dads. Sounds like some pretty good changes. Hey, your dad was protecting the fountain, right? Is it gonna be okay if we mess with it? I have no idea, but it's you guys, so I trust you. If something bad happens, we'll fix it out. Yeah, guess we'll just see, I guess. Well, see you later. Come back soon. There's always room in town for a couple of clowns. You should tell your prince I said goodbye. I say goodbye as well. Is he leaving? No, he's just a sweet little peach. What? Oh! Alright. I says have to go again. Looking forward to anything else you have to say about romance too. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for showing up, ISO. Tsundere Susie. Oh, indeed she is. Chris, Susie, are you leaving? No, if I know. I'm just following Chris. Guess we'll just walk to the right if we are. Indeed we are. Susie, Chris, are you going to leave? I just wanted to say I really enjoyed meeting you two, and hey, can you stop mumbling into your hat for a sec? I can barely hear you, dude. Oh, I'm sorry. What? Chris, Susie, I squint happily. I hope I can see you again soon. Next time, I'll make you lots of yummy cakes, alright? Oh, I'm gonna hold you to that, Ralsei. Yeah, sure, dude. Let's go, Chris. Alright. So here we are. Is this a fountain? Don't know how, but it feels like we stumbled into something really important, didn't we? Well, there's no time to think about it. Think about that now. Right now, it's time to go home. Right, Chris? As you stood in front of the fountain, you felt something strange. It was as if your very soul was glowing. Good little guitar riff right there. What happened? I can't see anything. Hey, watch it. What happened? I can't see anything. Huh? The unused classroom. How do we get here? Hey, Chris. What just happened? Like, that wasn't a dream or anything, was it? Hey, Chris. What just happened? Anyway, as I was saying, let's just tell Alphys we couldn't find any chalk. Yeah, after all that time, it's a worn-down stuffed animal. The door is locked. It's a light switch. Playing cards spilled out of a deck in the closet. It's a yellowed, poorly drawn picture of a green turtle. Could this be Boone or could this be Alvin, Father Alvin? It's signed Alvin. Now, here's the thing. It's signed Alvin, but is it drawn of Alvin by Alvin of himself, or is it drawn of Gerson? A lot of people always refer to this as Alvin, but I think it's quite possible that what we're looking at right there is actually Alvin's depiction of his father, Gerson, Boom. It's a checkerboard. There are pawns strewn on it. All right. Man, the sun's already setting. Everyone else must have gone home by now. Guess Alphys will know better than to ask us next time, huh? Well, guess we should go. See you later, I guess. Chris? Let's go back there tomorrow, all right? That facial expression right there throughout the game, this is the clue. This is the clue to know when Susie is truly genuine and open. We only get to see it 3 times so far in the game. Once is right here. Once is when Susie says something flirtatious with Chris. And the other time is when Birdley is hallucinating Susie flirting with him. So this face is the clue. When we go into chapters 3 and 4 of Deltarune, keep an eye out for this face. Because this face, I believe, is the key to understanding when Susie really is being open and genuine, especially with her feelings. Sorrow says, why not label the drawing as Dad? Or I'll say the reason why I think that that's Alvin's depiction of his dad and not of himself is because when you make stuff in school, let us not forget that kids are supposed to sign their work. They don't always have to label what they've drawn, but they do have to sign their work. It's part of getting kids used to writing their names and developing their signature skills, their writing skills. The door is locked. The door is locked. But let's gather some information. Do you like breathing, moving fast, with or without legs? But usually with legs. Join the cross-country team with Jockington and Noel. Oh, yeah. And let's come around over here. Are you ready for the Sadie Hawkman's dance? At this dance, all the chaperones wear giant hawk heads and screech at any students that make contact while dancing. The computer is turned off. Everything felt peaceful for a moment. Looks like motivational quotes from various literature. All right. Now then, something that I've talked about in the past when it comes to writing is that, especially when it comes to writing romance, is that you want to have what I call mile markers. You want to have, as a primitive drawing of your mom, you want to have you want to have markers that clearly show to the readers or to the audience, and I'd also say even for yourself, that show how a relationship is progressing. So, like, let's say you want to do enemies to lovers, and this is something that a lot of people, it's something that a lot of people really kind of speed through, because people like the trope of enemies to lovers, but they don't really put in the time to make it happen. One of the things that you want to do when it comes to, for instance, doing enemies to lovers, is that you need to firmly establish the mile marker of these people are enemies. And you need to establish why, for instance, they are enemies. What is it about them that this makes it where they can't get along? Is it a difference of personalities? Is it a clash of different loyalties, like to kingdoms or to clubs or to gangs, rival companies, political parties, what have you? So you need to establish why they don't like each other. You then need to show us that they don't like each other. But here's the thing. You need to then also leave open a good reason why these two could become friends. Because they need to become friends in order for them to actually start becoming romantic. Especially in an enemies to lovers kind of a situation. Otherwise, it feels silly and forced. So your first mile marker is to establish why they're enemies and show us how they don't get along. And then you need to, from either both perspectives or from one perspective, show how they could get along. Is it because necessity brings them together? Is it potentially like, for instance, if this is a school setting, is it going to be a school project that brings them together? Because, for instance, Susie and Chris are brought together because of a school project, and that's what puts them on this whole trip. It's not just go get chalk. It's that Alfie's is assigning kids to do this to this class project. Chris showed up late, and so did Susie. So boom, put them together. Let's do Dark World. What? There's a Dark World inside the school? Oh, sure, kid. There's no law against Dark Worlds anyway. That's a job for the school board. Got something to report? Well, want to help you. Aw, you want to help me? Sure, punk. Get someone to rob the bank so I can suplex them. Wait, do we even have a bank? Hey, get someone to build a bank. Susie, I know what we're going to do tomorrow. Got something to report? Alfies. Alfies? Who's Alfies? What are you talking about? What? Did they do something illegal? Gotcha. If I see Alfies, I'll tackle them. Oh, they're as good as dead. I'm gonna love you, Undyne. You knocked on the door to the police station. Someone's coming to the window. They just closed the blinds. Napstablook, let me in! Napstablook. Alright. So, coming back to the whole enemies to lovers type deal. So your next mile marker needs to really be putting them into a situation where they have to get along for whatever reason. It could be, again, as I said, like a class project is what smooshes them together. Or maybe it is that something really bad happens that they both get caught up in, and for survival's sake, they gotta work things on out. Or it could be, and this is something that you don't normally see, that one of them realizes that for whatever thing got them to hate each other, that something's revealed where like, oh wait, like actually there's no reason for us to really hate each other. And that one of them shows a little bit of kindness and a little bit of backbone and goes and apologizes to the other person or reaches on out to them. In fact, that's actually like a really good, strong way to bring people together. So there's all different kinds of things you can do. You just got to get creative. And you don't have to follow the usual, oh my gosh, now we have to work together in a survival situation. That's been done. It can work really well, but it's so overdone that it just doesn't really have it just doesn't have really any spice or flavor to it anymore. Chris, what a pleasant surprise to see you here. And on a school day. There must be a reason that you came here at such a time. I, Father Alvin, implore you. If you have anything weighing on your mind, please speak. Fruit juice. Chris, if you want some of our sick fruit juice, you should just come to our service. Our choir sounds a bit thinner since your brother went away. Chris, it would be wonderful if you would sing with us, or even participated to any extent, instead of just trying to drink the fruit juice. Dude, if I want the fruit juice, I want the fruit juice. Let me drink the Kool-Aid. Chris, what a pleasant surprise to see you here, and on a school day. Nothing. I understand. I hope in time you may find the words you seek. Oh, that's so evil. Knowing how the player controls Chris. Oy. Let the angel's power light your way. So, mile markers. Much like this bench. Again, why they're enemies, but that there's a chance for them to actually become friends. Next mile marker situation for them to start working things out. But that's not when they become friends. You then need to have a sequence of events and details, changes for each character that allows them to start becoming friends. Throughout my career, some of my best ideas came from dreams. Take a rest here. If anyone asks, you're writing. I love that. I really love that. So you then start having mile markers that lead up to friendship, and then from there you start building up mile markers that allow you to see where characters start falling in love. Because if you just smoosh them together and rush to the quick steamy bits, sure you can do that, but that's just not very fulfilling. And it also doesn't make any sense. So, when it comes to developing good romances, good relationships, make sure you have mile markers. Moments that show how these characters are changing and how their relationships are also changing. With Susie and Chris, like we've got the first mile marker, which is them having to go get the chalk. The next mile marker is them being forced to work together as heroes. After that, the next mile marker is when they split up and go their separate ways. You then have the next mile marker of them fighting, which if you truly explore all of the dialogue options, you realize that there's quite a lot there. You then have the next mile marker, which is Lancer's betrayal. And then the next mile marker is everyone getting together, reaffirming their partnership, and and uh, and then from there, basically going on to fight King. After King, the solitary moment in the hallway. And so, with all of that, we get to see the transformation from enemies to friends. And from that point on, when it comes to Chris and Susie, everything else that we see is an affirmation of their friendship, but also possibly a wink and a nod at a potential romance, depending on what you find within the game. Chris, what's up? Caddy's working, so I'm starting on our project. I've already copied a bunch of pictures. It's the same picture of a soccer ball 73 times. Oh, you go, Jockington. Gotta go to college so Tem Stubby. Hard. She's reading a comic full of hot demon guys. You keep studying, Temmie. There's an anime review. Read it? Oh, yes. Yes, you know I'm going to force Chris to read this. Teens Corner Monthly New Toon Review. Mew Mew Kissy Kitty 2. This reviewer had Mew Mew 2 as her first exposure to the series. And let her tell you, it makes Mew Mew 1 look like a dumpster with sparkly cat ears. With a darker storyline and more mature themes, the second one treats the viewer like a real adult, instead of like an animal that will die if it goes 10 seconds without seeing a beach ball. Not to mention Mew Mew's character in the first one is more stale than the ramen I eat at home by myself with the lights off. Teens and older should check out this dark masterpiece. Signed, the anonymous Yellow Lizard. Oh, Alphys. You could say I'm having a ball. Alright, here we come to our next little tricky bit. Chris, you survived Susie? I was getting worried. Now, you can finally pay off your family debt. How to Draw Dragons is 2,583 days overdue. However, Chris, I'm a benevolent volunteer assistant. If you turn in this week, I'll reduce your fine to a mere $64.23. Consider it, Chris. Did you forget what it looks like? The front is perhaps a mauve dragon wearing lipstick, and as for her clothes, I believe they are, well, you know, Chris. I think you'll know when you see it. Oh, yes. I love reading books, especially books upstairs. You should really read them. I would if you would let me through. You look through the window to the computer lab. There seems to be a dog inside working at a computer. Seems like it's making a game. Seems like you shouldn't interrupt it. Seems like when the game's finished, you can go in. You just have to trust the dog. I do trust the dog. Please remember my name. I wrote a book to help you remember. By Hot's Fire Guy. Lord of the Hammer. First in the award-winning fictional series by lauded historian Gerson Boom. There's a book here. You lick the page. It's delicious. This must be what they meant by flavor text. It's an unlabeled book. Look inside. Oh, I accidentally returned my personal journal instead of my book. Oh no, they're putting it into their catalog. Oh no, I have to take it every time I want to write a new entry. Let's see here. Can I read this? Computer lab. Please surf the web responsibly. In fact, maybe don't do it at all. Oh, how painfully accurate that is. All right. Let's see what you guys say right here. Bro, what my favorite flavor text. It tastes like vanilla. It's amazing how much human relationships are determined by proximity, probably why fictional schools are so common. Yep. I agree with that. Marmalade, I can't unsee the one moment when Miles pulls that move on Gwen whenever I see the hand on shoulder. Oh my. Oh, it's you. Are you here to play the piano again? The patients can't hear it well from here, but I personally enjoy it. It's an obligatory hospital piano, shrunk to fit in the corner. As a result, it's missing most of the good keys. Play it? Yes. Clink. You usually play the piano a bit more beautifully. Is everything okay? You do seem a little sick. It's one of those sliding bead toys that naturally spawns inside doctors' offices. The beads march grimly along their set path, much like how we can't determine what will happen in this game. You. What were you doing to Noel? It's a classic 1 to 10 pain model scale, using Icy as a model. At 0 pain, he's happy. At 10 pain, he's happy and sweating. He looks inside the cupboard. A very small obligatory piano is hiding inside. It's a regular sink. It's a clone of the other sink. Perhaps there was originally one tall sink that was cut in half to create both of them. This castle's white wizards relegated me to this healing chamber, but my blood is boiling for battle. Interesting. It's a diagram showing a bunch of lines in a circle. Dad, you can't just say, I can't just say that to her. Oh my gosh, I die. I literally die. Noelle, sweetheart, first time I laid eyes on your mother, I walked right up and told her she was a hot piece of work. Really? Yeah, she slapped me so hard I blacked out. Oh, Dad, that doesn't help at all. Anyhow, how's Dragon Blazers 3? Beat it yet? Nah, I'm still at the Ice Palace. I've been kind of waiting to finish it with you, Dad. Noel. Maybe you shouldn't wait. Dad? You should bring it here! I'm bored as hell. Fine, you win. I'll bring it next time. Oh, it's getting late. Guess I better go. I've got homework. Oh, that's the group project. That's the group project voice. Bird guy again? What's his name? Nerdly? It's Birdly. He's not that bad, Dad. I'll kick his ass. Dad, you're not even supposed to get up. Bring him to the window. I'll throw something at him. Goodbye, Dad. Bye, honey. Oh, hi, Chris. Oh, Noel, if only you knew. Oh, so you're just going to use the sink, huh? Come on, Chris, be a little friendlier. Well, jiggle my gosh darn bells. Looks like Christmas came early. All right, Chris, just give me a straight shot. Why are you here? Did your mom make you come here? No. Really? You've grown up a lot, Chris. I'm proud of you. It wasn't too long ago you were just the creepy kid next door. Now you're the creepy kid right in front of me. Okay, seriously. You want to chat or something? Illness. So, why am I in here? Well, they found some crap, so it's just some tests. Yeah, it's no big deal. Nothing a holiday can't handle. I'll be out of here in a jiff. That I can go back to, I don't know, yelling at you for getting tangled in our light display. Hey, Chris, you want to chat or something? Don't worry. There's no way you can bore me right now. Chris, even if we're growing apart, you still love your family. After all, me and Asgard are college pals, right? Oh, hey, now that Azrael's off to college, you think he's doing any crazy parties like me and your dad? I'm just pulling away. Your dad was no party animal. Your mother, on the other hand, woo! She'd always fuss about going. But once the party started, yikes, man. Once she hit me clear across the room with a key lime pie. I got smashed into the snack table and toppled everything. Tasted pie, though. Couldn't complain. Hey, Chris, you want to chat or something? Let's talk about Noelle. She's a sweetheart, isn't she, Chris? Smart kid, smart, kind, sweet. Couldn't ask for a better daughter. I wish she just wasn't so defenseless. Scary movies, bugs, Santa Claus, everything scares her. And when it happens, she freezes like a deer in headlights. Remember, she used to be afraid of humans under the bed? Chris, it was not nice of you to hide under there, by the way. Anyhow, that's what's tough about being here, Chris. Now what's going on with me? Just that. In the meantime, I can't be there to protect her. Keep an eye out for her, okay? Now then, what the hell you here for, Chris? To gawk? You thought this was a zoo or something? Come on. Oh yeah, I thought it was a zoo, right? Rudolph Rudy Holiday. Hey Chris, you forget my name or something? Oh yeah. It's a bunch of roses in a glass container. Hey, I'm happy your dad brought me flowers, but roses? What is this, man? Beauty and the Beast? That ain't gonna work, man. We're both beasts. Arr, arr. Oh, let the shipping begin. And yeah, no, Toriel most definitely got drunk at parties and became an animal. It's an angel doll. Its lack of facial features is unsettling. That angel? No undecimated in youth group. It's kind of like a good luck charm to me now. Oh, right. You and Azzy tried to make one too. But you wasted the whole time making huge wings for it. Yeah, because the wings are awesome, man. Alright, you take care, Rudy. We'll see you again in Chapter 2. Let's see here. Let's go on over to QC's Diner. You're alive. Nice. I'm working. We'll take the special. And do you have any edible glitter? The young ones won't eat anything if it doesn't look like treasure. Hey there. Haven't seen you in a while, hon. I remember back on Sundays after service, you and your family would come in and order the special. Of course, things happen and then, y'all stopped coming together. But every Sunday, you and your brother'd still come in. He'd order you a hot chocolate. And you two'd sit down at that table in the corner, drawing shapes in the window with your breath. You must really miss him, huh? Here, how about this? You got the hot chocolate. On the house, hon. So, for you two girls, that'll be the crepes and cinnamon latte, 2 bunny parfaits, and a piece of firewood? I like the vibe of the waitress here. Maybe I should sign up too. Nah, serving drinks wouldn't really suit a fire elemental. If I got nervous, I'd just melt all the ice. Here's the big boy. Ice Wolf does not like ice and drink. Ice Wolf likes ice to be drink. Looking at my rugged body, you must wonder what kind of secrets I hold. My secret is I put all my leftover pancakes in this giant hat. Rare reviews and autographs from various normal townspeople. I would absolutely do that if I owned my own diner. Ice me up, boss! Ice me up, boss! Icy's Pizza. Icy's Pizza, your number one spot for piping hot piece of pizza. The entrance is locked. No one's inside. Seems like all the employees are outside in costume. Here at Icy's Pizza, your family is going to love it. Would you be interested in trying some of our many 24 pizza flavors? We've got normal, cheese, ice, gravy, double ice, pepperonis, and more stuffed down at Icy's Pizza. Ooh, man. Don't tempt me with a good time, dude. Oh, someone's actually here. Icy's Pizza, your number one spot for popping hot piece of pizza. Hey, wait a second. I recognize you. Little buddy, it's me. Want to chat for a minute before I lose my mind? I don't really, but I do. Job. Make no mistake, little buddy. Icy's Pizza is hell. I can't slack off for seconds without hearing, be a team player. There's no I in pizza. Yes, there is. You just took it out. But it's okay, little buddy. I've been saving up to go to college where Azzy is. Then I'll get a theater degree, become a famous actor, and let the fangirls roll in, little buddy. Hey, little buddy, what's up? Sorry about your coworkers. Ah, yes, little buddy. Good idea. Meet the Rogues Gallery. Blue ears, soft serve obsessed, no concept of personal space. keeps accidentally pouring slushies on me and giggling. Chances are because Soft Ears actually likes this guy. The warrior, thankfully absent due to pizza-related injuries, constantly terrorizing customers with war chants. And purple guy, man, that guy, you gotta... Actually, does that guy even work here? My coworkers, where would I be without them? A happy place, little buddy. A much happier place. Alright, let's talk Ezra. Do you know when Azzy's coming home? You can't tell him this, but I really miss the guy. I'd be sweet to cruise around town like old times, picking up, for example, chicks. Which, as a matter of course, may not ever have actually happened. But one time, Undyne made eye contact with me while she was writing me a speeding ticket. Alright, let's see what happens when we just say no. It's fine, little buddy. You don't have to watch me suffer. Just enjoy your freedom while it lasts. Oh, man, pizza pants. Pizza pants, pizza pants. Crippling depression. Yes. I love how this town is used to characterize Chris. Yes. Yes, I agree. Hey, look who's walking around. How are you, kid? Great to see you. Yeah, it's real nice, isn't it? Especially considering I've never met you before. Name's Sans. Sans the Skeleton. I'm new in town. What's up? Let's talk about the store. Behind me? Yeah, that's the grocery store. Unfortunately, it's closed. What a pain. I really wanted to buy some milk. Somebody ought to complain to the guy who runs it. What's up? Friends. We just moved here, so I hardly know anyone. Why, got anyone I should know better? Me. Whoa there, Tiger. You can't just jump straight into friendship. See, Sans gets it. Mile markers. It takes time. See, Sans gets it. Alright, that's enough time. No, Sans is enough time, but thank you. Call whenever you feel like. You got Sans' number. What's up? Friends. We just moved here, so I hardly know anyone. Why, got anyone I should know better? My mom. Your mother, huh? Too late. I already befriended your mom last night. And all that implies... She's great. She came to the store to buy chocolate kisses. Said she's got to lock her door to stop you from eating them. You sound like a fun kid, huh? Stepdad? We just moved here, so I hardly know anyone. Why, got anyone I should know better? My teacher. Alfie's? Yeah, I know her. Came to the store with a suitcase and sunglasses. Thought she was part of the mob. She opened the case and stuffed it full of instant noodles. Paid in small bills, then slunk out of the place. Pajamas trailing on the floor. Anyway, our relationship is purely business. So I guess I'll just let her do her thing. Oh man, Sans, you're just amazing. Harsh, but fair. Hey, bud, are you busy tomorrow? I need someone to help with something. It'd be great if you could come over. I live just next door, you know. Yeah. Wow, you answered quickly, huh? That's not good. I'm a total stranger. You should probably hesitate more. Hey, Sans, I'm only following your example, man. Well, guess I shouldn't complain. Huh? Yeah, where are you going to be? What are you doing? Oh, I'm not going to be doing there. That'd be weird. It's just going to be you and my little brother. He needs friends. Thanks for hanging out. See ya. Alright, let's talk to our friends. Yo, Chris, you survived Susie. I mean, I never saw her beat anyone up, but I'd be careful. Like, one time me, Snowy, and Jockington were playing handball. She just kept creepily watching us from the corner. Then, when the ball rolled over to her, she just froze solid. And I kicked the ball as hard as she could right into Officer Undyne's car. Then Undyne came out, smiling, cracked her knuckles, and totally whipped us at handball. Anyway, Susie sucks, Chris. Oh boy, you don't even know the half of it. Yo, Chris, you look kind of annoyed. Everything okay? You can calm down now, dude. Susie's not here. You look even more annoyed. Oh, you're lucky, Chris. You got to miss class with Alfies. It's not fair. If I skipped class, my dad never let me hear the end of it. That's actually not even remotely funny. Oh, you're lucky. It's actually not even funny. Oi, Snowy, what'd I tell you about knocking the doors so hard? Don't do it. It's really going to hit your face. You don't have arms, you know? I love it. Oh, Chris, you're okay. I was really worried when you didn't come back. Where'd you go? Did you skip class? Well, don't worry about it. I'm the cool teacher, you know? You're not in trouble. Let me know if you need anything. It's a dirty trash can. It's a trash can full of well-kept flowers. It's a saucer of milk. Oh, Chris, did you want to talk about something? Yes, let's talk about that saucer you have right there. That you saucy, saucering milks. It's for my kitty, Mew Mew. She's a perfect angel. What does she look like? Well, I've never actually seen her, but ever since I started putting out milk, it's been disappearing. So I'd like to think that there's a cat. My cats. Oh, Alfies. Yes, let's talk about the chalk. Chris, even though you never got the chalk, you deserve an award for trying so hard to find it. So, in return, I can let you borrow my homemade DVD collection of these Simpsons. Oh, of the Simpsons. You know, the sitcom about the middle-class monster family. It's got every episode in all 28 seasons. It's the funniest, most quotable show ever. But make sure you don't watch it past the second season, since it's only... Yep, just like the Simpsons. I'm just gonna let her keep on going on. Oh, Alfies. Alright, let's talk about flowers. Oh, these flowers, they're from your dad. He always asks how you're doing in school, then gives me a bouquet of them. Actually, that he always gives me flowers, it really makes me wonder if he likes the awesome comics I lent to him. Honestly, he kind of reminds me of a superhero, Chris. He's huge and can kick my ass. Wait a second, right here. We got ourselves the ices, and we got ourselves a little shady man. So let's hear. Since I got the egg, I need to make sure that I put the egg in the proper space. Chrissy, like long time no see. What's up? Did you want to talk about something? Let's talk, neighbor. Oh, that chick next door drives me nuts. I keep seeing her everywhere I go. She's a total copycat. Like, why though? Doesn't she realize she'll never be me? Honestly, her whole family's like so trashy. Once her sister served me a coffee, and I swear it was half cat fur. Like, get a hairnet, girl, for like your whole body. Chrissy, like, long time no see. What's up? Do you want to talk about something? And memories. Remember that time you wanted to hang out with us big kids, Chris? I was like, yeah, of course, but just get us some burgers. Then, like, amazingly, you actually got them. So I told you to go back and get some french fries, too. Then a dozen miniature cakes. They were so good. I ate, like, 6. Then I got so sick I had to go home. Man. So, like, anyway, Chris, are you busy? Oh, you want me to go get you that stuff? Oh, nothing. Ah, Chrissy, you just want to say hi? That's adorable. Now get out of here. Well, same to you. I'm afraid no one's home right now, darling. Now, why don't you prance on home? There's some kind of scratchy noise coming from inside. Well, that's a wee bit disturbing. Hey, neighbor, when's your brother Doug gonna come by? My girls love to see him. He's a sweet little man. He just got one problem. He doesn't like my wife's cooking. What's wrong, Douglas? You don't like frozen cat food? like Krusie, like, what's up? Give Aunt Caddy a hug. Wah, wah, wah. I'm not even actually your aunt. Oh my gosh, can I talk to you about something? Actually, like, anything though? Your choice. Alright, let's talk about your sister. Oh, how's Caddy doing? I have no idea. We, like, totally can't connect at all. Yesterday, I asked if she wanted to hear me play the ukulele. She said no! And she, like, told me that my playing is an anti-blessing from planet Hell. And what the heck, Krusie? That's so cute. I love my fricked up little sis. Let's talk Azrael. Let's get the scoop. Oh my gosh, Azrael, like, what a cutie pie. Do you remember when me and him went to the dance? That was like the best night ever, even though I spilled the entire punch bowl all over him and danced inappropriately in front of your mom and got arrested in the parking lot for making a scene. That was so much fun. Tell him I said hi. I need to know the story, like the full story behind this. Look, Krusie, you want to talk about something? Let's talk about neighbors. Like, what ring girl next door? Oh, Krusie, she's like my life villain. Like, the other day, I went to see Cat Petters 2, and the only other person in the theater was her. And I went to QC's and ordered a cappuccino, and she, like, was already drinking one. She's such a copycat. A copy gator. Copysaurus? Copydile? I don't know. She sucks. Various cat-themed junk is piled up inside the house. Seems a bit of a cat sty. It's a broken grill. It smells like burnt cat food. Alrighty. It's your dad's truck. The floor on the front seat is littered with old papers and country CDs. Flower King. Dum-de-dum. Oh, someone there? Just a moment. I have almost finished watering these flowers. Here we are. Howdy, how can I... Chris! Oh, Chris! Ah, the bear hug that we all want to get. Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot if you don't like hugs like that. Well, now, make yourself at home, Chris. You can help yourself to anything you like. Thank you. It's cash register. There's not much change inside. It's some kind of catalog. There's a car magazine underneath. Now, let's see here. Flowers. Let's go upstairs. It's a green flower, protected in a container. Ah, yes, the flowers. Alright. The bed. It's a small TV. On top are some superhero comics that Alfie's gave to him. It's a rusty fridge with some photos on it. Oh, Chris, if you're hungry, help yourself to anything you want. A photo of your mother and father on their wedding day. She's holding a bouquet of 7 flowers. A reindeer-looking monster stands nearby in a tuxedo. They all look happy. How depressing. I'm gonna open the fridge. All that's inside is a jar with a single pickle in it. You put the egg where you put the egg you were carrying inside too. It's a rusty fridge with photos on it. There are 2 eggs inside of the fridge. Oh boy. It's a door. It's locked. Okay, a little bit of theory crafting. I think that behind this door is where Asgore's got some of his old cop stuff. It's a note. It says, no rent received. Again, stop giving away flowers. Start selling them. You have 1 month. Oh boy. Yes, these flowers are still kicking. Quite hard to take care of them in this climate. Alright, let's go on downstairs and have our little dialogue with Asgore. Say, Chris, I was thinking, perhaps when Azrael comes home, we could all go to the diner, just like old times. My treat. Doesn't that sound yummy? Then we could all have a nice drive around town. Might need to clean up my truck, but... Then we could all have a nice drive around town. Oh, Chris, before you go... Here, for your mother. Our secret. You got the bouquet of flowers. Aw, yeah. Have a great day, Chris. On this happy Valentine's Day, here we got two bros. Nothing better than hanging out the lake with my best bro, watching the waves go by. True. It's a metal picnic table. Cigarette butts lay on the ground underneath it. Stick your fingers into the hole in the table. Oh yeah. Your fingers don't fit through the top anymore. You try from below. Your hand became covered in cobwebs. Ain't that just the way? There we go. There we go. I got onion. Hey there, notice you were here. It's me, you know me, right? Of course you do. I'm real popular. I just don't have any friends. But it's okay, you here, because you're here. Will you be my friend? Yes. Oh, I'm so happy. You hear? I'm just so happy. I don't know what to do. I don't remember being this happy before. What's your name, friend? Chris. Chris! That's you! That's a real nice name for a friend. Oh, excuse me, I forgot to introduce myself. Actually, since no one talks to me, I forgot my own name. Chris, can you please give me a name? Onion. It's perfect, you hear? I don't know what it means, but it's perfect. Feels like it's shaped like me. Feels like it smells like me. Wait, what was the name? Yum? Yeah, it's perfect. Yum. That's my name. Thank you for giving me a name. I'll cherish it, you hear? Christmas? That's your name, right? I want to tell you something. Tomorrow. Something I can only tell a friend. Come back soon, you hear? Oh, that's not a little creepy. Let's see if I can get the... If all by Chris's lonesome, if eventually they just take a seat. But I guess not. We gotta bring Susie on over here to enjoy the waves. Alright. Let's round off our time here by going and chatting with Noelle. Oh, hi, Chris. Do you need help with your homework again? I know you're having trouble last time, so I actually got a few things ready for you in case... wait, sorry, I can't right now. I forgot my house key again, and... Sorry, Chris, I'll help you later if that's okay. See you at school, Chris. Chris? Did you want to talk about something? Yeah. Let's talk about the key. Oh, why don't I ask my mom for the key? You know, she doesn't like it when I bother her when she's working. Don't worry, okay? I'll just go over to Caddy's and do some occult stuff. Hi, Chris, is something up? Anything. Chris, are you feeling alright? Normally you're not so talkative. Oh, I don't mean to sound like something's wrong with you. Chris, is something wrong? Why did you go to the hospital to see my dad? I mean, I'm sure he appreciated it, but, gosh, I'm sorry, Chris. Forget I said anything. Oh, I won't forget. Hi, Chris, something up? Yeah, let's talk about Susie. For the shipping. Susie, that's right, you were with Susie! When you didn't come back to class, I was worried, but everything turned out okay, I think. Chris, can I ask you something, if that's okay? Susie, I'm kind of curious what she's like, you know? I mean, who doesn't wonder about her? She never talks to anyone. So, Chris, could you tell me about her, if that's okay? Let's see here. Let's do... Eats chalk. What? She's eating the chalk? Really? Wait, you're teasing me, aren't you, Chris? Like when you told me Icy was real and eats kids, so just smacked you with a wiffle bat till you stopped lying? Huh? You're telling the truth? Seriously? Then what colored chalk does she like? And do you think she likes thin or thick kind? Wait, maybe making her lunchbox full of chalk is stupid. Oh, but you're gonna do it anyway. Hi, Chris, is something up? Well, let's talk Susie. Oh, can I ask you something else about her? Well, did it seem like she, you definitely wouldn't know that. Oh. Yep, so here's the thing. When it comes to Noelle, because Noelle and Susie is, of course, the big ship that is pushed in the story's narrative thus far. Now then, the thing is, as we'll see once we get into chapter 2, and the reason why I said earlier that it's toxic once you stop to begin thinking about it, is that you've got Noelle, who's got a huge crush on Susie, even though she doesn't know her. That's not toxic at all. That's normal. That's a normal setup for teenagers. So don't worry about that. But the thing is this, is that what we begin to realize is that Noelle has not just simply a crush, but an obsession with Susie. And that's where it begins to get problematic. Crushes are fine. We all have them. Obsessions aren't so good, because you begin to project onto people. And one of the things that we begin to see, especially with Noelle, is that she wants basically someone who's going to replace Des in her life. Now, that doesn't mean that her feelings for Susie aren't real. I don't think that that's the case at all. But what Noelle wants is something that Susie really isn't. She hasn't really gotten to know Susie. And sure, she's going to try to get to know her a little bit in chapter 2, which is good. That's a really good and healthy thing. But as we get to see where that obsession comes through, when Birdley admits that he's got a crush on Susie, Noelle responds with instantaneous choking out. And we also see how Noelle gets really creepily close to Susie. Which, okay, fine. That's the way that the game works and everything. But the way that Susie reacts to it at first, and kind of the way that you can begin to see some of the dialogue from Chris, even though, again, we actually don't get to see exactly what Chris is saying. But again, later on in chapter 2, we begin to realize that Chris is no dum-dum. Chris knows what Noelle's feelings are, and isn't quite too keen on them. And Chris knows a whole lot more about Noelle than we do. There's a very good chance that there's something else that we don't yet fully know or understand. So you combine that with the obsession. You combine that with a lot of really creepy things that Noelle does that people say are cute because they like the ship, they like the crush element. But when you stop to think about some of the stuff that Noelle does, both in game and out of game, with some of the stories that we've got, it's not really good. If Noelle wasn't such a sympathetic character, people would label Noelle as a creep, and she would not be liked in school or by most of the players of the game. And so that's something to kind of pay attention to. It's one of the reasons why I say it's not exactly healthy. It's more toxic, and we'll get more into that as we get into chapter 2. Now, that's not to say that the whole Suzel ship is a bad ship and that it needs to sink and die. Not at all. What people ship, they can ship. That's totally fine. But when it comes to good, healthy relationships, you gotta pay attention. It's one of those things that, again, I've seen a lot as an author, where people take things that they think sound cute, but when you stop to really contemplate what someone has written, you realize it's not that cute. It's not as nice as you might think. So another bit of advice for writing romance: get feedback and find people who are going to push back against what you're writing, because that helps. It honestly helps to have someone who's a naysayer to talk to, because they might just have some great insights that you didn't think about. Let me take a drink of water. There you go, a drink of water. Alrighty. It's a book of hymns. It's the TV. It doesn't seem to even be plugged in anymore. Chris, what is it, honey? Flowers. Oh, Chris, flowers for your mother? How sweet. These are from him, are they not? Well, worry not, Chris. I will find some place for them. Oh boy. Azrael. Remember that video game you and Azrael used to play? What was it called? Super Smashing Fighters? When he was very little, he loved the green lizard from that. We even had a birthday party for him themed around it. Your father painted all those eggs with spots as decoration. Oh, your brother loved it until the next day your father cooked them all for breakfast. Oh, you're holding that against Asgore? Come on. Your brother just kept crying. Ever since he's hated that book about eating green eggs. Chris, what is it, honey? Chris, honey, you have grown up so much. Someday you will be going off to university as well. Remember when you were little, you asked when your horns were going to grow in? So we bought you a headband with the little red horns on it. Oh, you wore it for months. Whatever happened to it? Mm-hmm. Chris, what is it, honey? Pie. Chris, since only you and I are living here right now, it feels just a bit lonely, does it not? But fortunately, sharing a warm, freshly made pie is the perfect cure for such a condition. As long as I get to eat some, of course. Oh, don't you worry. It's a trash can. Somehow, it's emitting a pleasant floral scent. It's a butterscotch cinnamon pie. It's still cool. Cookie cutters. Time to flush the toilet. It's a toilet. Flush it? Oh, you bet I will. You flush the toilet! Alrighty. Let's see here. Going upstairs. There are many books. Tales of Snails, a storybook. Snails, not Tales. A scientific refutation. Can snails help your garden? Not really. And a signed copy of the History of Human Monsters by Kirsten Blue. There's no time to read anything right now. Oh, come on. There are crayons in the drawer. And there's no green. It's only you. A cactus. There's not much to say about it. Let's see here. There's a drawer. It's mostly empty, except for a very old school idea with an embarrassing haircut. There are CDs under the bed. Classical jazz, religious ska. There are many boxes that are filled with old books. Yes, but where is Drawing Dragons? I want to know. It's stained. Oh boy, is it ever. It's a beautiful day outside. Alright, if you go to bed, this chapter of your adventure will end. Will you go to bed? Yes. You decided to go to bed. Alright. So, we'll take this all the way through to day number 2, and then we will call it good for now. We'll take this all the way through to day number 2, and then we will call it good for now. Oh, man, Chris, those are some bad night terrors, let me tell you. Oh, man, Chris, those are some bad night terrors, let me tell you. Saras, did your favorite Deltarune character change after playing Chapter 2? It did for me. I'm going to say no. Ralze is still pretty much my favorite character. Dryge is back. Hey, great to have you here, Dryge. You're just here. You're in time just to see a kid rip his heart out. And look at this. I can move the heart in the cage. 'Tis the player. And look at this. I can move. The knife appears. And the devilish smile, the red eye.
When the light is running low and the shadows start to grow,
this is a good song.
That you know seem like
Lars says, Ralsei is my favorite character in Chapter 1. Chapter 2 changed to Chris. I can understand that. Especially since we get to know a whole lot more about Chris in Chapter 2. It makes them a way more dynamic character.
Promise in our hearts. Don't forget, I'm with you in the dark.
It's such a good song. Man, Toby. Yeah, Toby Fox is a gift. To be continued. Toby Fox is a gift. All right, continue to Chapter 2. Once upon a time, where we already know the legend. Deltarune. All right. Let's see here. Well, it looks like... Let's see here. Oh, okay. I see what's happening here. I got a clear file. So I'll be then doing that. Let's see here. We will clear this one. Really? Erase it? Yes. And we're going to start this one. So this will be our new Krusie. All right. Chris, honey, are you awake? Wait, is that a knife? No! Chris, did you eat all of the pie? I told you yesterday I didn't want that to happen. Is it your knife in this empty tin? Is it not? Oh, Chris, I'm going to have to lock the oven again. Well, hurry out of bed. It's time for school. I'm going to have to lock the oven again. Well, hurry out of bed. It's time for school. Alrighty. It's still stained. And the player got it. It's a bird cage. When the door's closed, there's no escape. Alright, let's see if we can find it. How to Draw Dragons is at the bottom of the drawer. We found it. And I'm pretty certain that that little book is going to come into play in Chapter 3. The purple character on the cover is dressed immodestly. Your brother will never return this book. I love how a lot of people are like, oh, it's just Azrael that's not going to return. I'm like, oh, this book's never going to get returned because of Chris. All right. Well, now we got it there, and we are now on the second day. We shall call it good there. I'm going to stop sharing the screen. All right. So, and there we've had it. Say, let's see here. We've been going now for almost 3 hours. That's been fun. Iconic, not the pie. I love Chris and Toriel's parent relationship. You want to show something after the stream, some music thing? Yes, I did. Hold on just a moment. Again, I can't share it because it's been copyright claimed by the person who made it, and I perfectly understand that. I'm not going to risk that. So here is we're going to use Deltarune Friendship, and it is a musical piece that was done almost 7 years ago now, or at least over 6 years ago now, by the YouTuber the Second Narrator. And I'm going to put the link for their music here in the chat. So I highly recommend checking it out. It is such a beautiful rendition of the music piece Friendship. So so there it is. Whoo wee. All right. So we will be doing another playthrough for Deltarune, the Krusie playthrough, in the near future. But I definitely need to make sure I spend some time working on some of my other stories and on some videos. We've got quite a few things coming up. Scott's got a new video here real soon. Also, we'll be doing our review for the newest episode of the Apothecary Diaries, which just premiered today. And remember, we're still looking for someone to claim this week's illustrated frog. If you wish to get yourself a hand-drawn frog from Camille herself, please make sure that you watch the latest review of the Apothecary Diaries that Scott and I have done and find the correct number of frogs and comment with that correct number of frogs. First person to do so who hasn't already won a frog will win their very own frog. We really want to give them out. Camille's been making some neat frogs, and we want to share them with you guys. So please check it out. Please watch. Please comment with the correct number of frogs. First person to do so will get themselves a frog. And Scott, like I said, he's working on something. He's got a neat video coming out here, which will be a kind of a recommendation list of romance manga. And I'm really excited to see what he has to deliver for you guys, because he's pretty good with his manga recommendations. So definitely something worth checking out. I will soon be working on a video looking at Finn and Huntress Wizard. I know I've already done a video about this years ago, but I have a different take I want to do on them this time around that I think will be really good, again, for people who are looking into writing romance. And in this case, it will be a look into what not to do for what was a really good setup for a really good relationship, which unfortunately just didn't have the payoff that one would hope it would have. So that'll be something that I will be doing, as well as other videos that you guys can look forward to. So if you haven't already done so, please make sure you subscribed and hit the bell notifications. That way you're notified for when for when those videos come on out. And I do believe that also next week, for those of you who are interested in That Time I Married a Goddess, even though it's already done, and are probably interested in Elden Ring, I will begin my Elden Ring Revenge Tour next week. Not exactly sure which day I'm yet going to dedicate to it, because it's going to take a little while. And for part of that Revenge Tour, I'm going to rely on you guys to help me make my decision where I am going to go slaughtering first. Once I begin, I will not stop until I either take out Stormvale Castle or take out Morn Castle. It'll be one or the other. So I'll be relying on you guys to lead me to where I go for just crazy revenge. My character has slayed a god. He is effectively a god now. And with Ronnie's love in my heart, I am going to get revenge on the game of Elden Ring and destroy it after all those thousands of deaths that I went through to get the footage for That Time I Married a Goddess. So you can look forward to that as well next week. Wow. I'm almost turning this into a gaming channel at this point. Oh boy. No, we're not becoming a gaming channel. It's just some fun stuff to do along the way as we talk stories. So with all that being said, guys, I am going to clock out for the night. I got some stories I got to hop back on and start working. Thank you all so much for being here, for your kindness and politeness as always in the chat, for your insights, for your questions and everything. You guys are amazing. So I wish you all a great evening, a great day, a great morning, wherever you are at. And until the next video, y'all, tschüss.